Hi, very good evening to all of you. This is Mark, and here to give another commentary on the markets for this week. All right, so this is the S&P 500. As you can see, the uptrend is still considered pretty intact. All right, the 50-day, which is the green line, is still in a sloping upwards trajectory. So the spiders at the current moment is trading at 195.84, 195.85-ish. All right, it's already about close to 12 o'clock already, and the first World Cup match is about to start. All right, so today is the 30th of June, all right, and let's talk a little bit about the positions that I talked about last week, and of course some of the new positions that I'm actually looking at. Okay, so the first one is UNH. All right, UNH, like I said last week, I've already taken out most of my profits around this 80 region. All right, even now, even though it has rebounded, it is currently not in my watch list because I would prefer a much deeper pullback before I would consider entering this position again. All right, so this trade was pretty good. It's about 3 times my risk. All right, the risk reward is about 3 to 1, and I would say it's a very good trade for this. And I'll probably take this off my watch list for the current moment lah, because the pullback is not significant enough. So I'm going to take away this UNH for the time being. Okay, USB, which I talked last week. Let me see if we can find USB. Yeah, USB is here. So USB is currently trading at $43.27, and based on the weekly bar, right? Let's see if this one looks. Yeah. Based on the weekly bar, my stop is actually at this level, which is 42.52. So currently still in the trade. All right, my initial entry was this 40.34 region. So my current stop is at 42.52 for my remaining last position. And I'll just try to ride it as much to the maximum as possible for this trade. All right, it's a very strong banking stock, and I like it a lot. But at the current moment, if you want to initiate this trade, it will probably be too high lah at the current moment. Okay, next one is FOSL. FOSL would be let me see if it's here. Yeah, FOSL. FOSL, I was actually looking for a turn, all right, a short-term momentum turn of this stock so that it can trade it upwards, because I think this stock is pretty good, but unfortunately it did not do any turning around this region, and you can see it's very choppy around this zone itself. Okay, so at the current moment, I also will have to take this off the watch list because it's, number one, it's not doing much, and number two, it's not hitting my criteria of a turn at the current moment. All right, but it seems that there's a lot of support around this region. Okay, this region itself. So I think it will chop around, or maybe if you can start making the move, then I'll probably look to enter this position. But as of now, it's a little bit going sideways and doing nothing at the current moment. So I'll have to scrape it off also. All right, Walmart, same thing. Okay, you can see a lot of positions I'm looking at are actually not materializing because I think the market has not been showing me a lot of opportunities of many stocks, and it seems that earnings is also coming. So I'm finding it difficult at the moment to find good risk to reward opportunities at the moment. So can't do anything much about it, all right, because the market will dictate your returns. So you just have to be patient and only strike when you see something that you really like. Okay, so for Walmart as a stock I also really like, it's also a Warren Buffett stock, and you can see right now I'm waiting for a break of this $76 and about 30 odd, 76.30, and you can see that it struggled to break. All right, it didn't break at all, so it's currently dangling around here again. Currently now it's trading at 75.36, and we will see in the next current week, right, whether it can break this resistance zone, and if it can't, then hopefully maybe you can trade a little bit lower and then do a short-term momentum turn, and that's where I will enter and have a low-risk entry for Walmart. Okay, and for Citigroup, Citigroup, let's see, yeah, Citigroup is the same thing. Okay, Also chopping around and not making any momentum turn, short-term momentum turn at the current moment. So it's also dangling down there, not doing much. Okay, so what are the positions that I entered last week? Because I've been watching a lot of World Cup. Alright, I entered MEG. Okay, MEG I entered around this $18 and it popped. Alright, very lucky here. Popped to about 20.89, and I could really take off 3/4 of my position and running on the last one. Okay, this trade was pretty fast, so I didn't manage to update you guys on this. But this is also a Warren Buffett stock, so I would say, fundamentally is not that clear cut, because I think this is a sort of a turnaround play. But I have traded somewhere around here to here also. So this is actually quite a fast moving stock, because this is sort of what they call a small cap stock. Okay, small cap to mid cap. Because I think it's about 2 billion. Is it 2 billion? Yeah, I think it's about 2 billion or odd market cap. I can't remember. I need to check it out again. Maybe you can take a look. Just finance Google. Okay, MEG. Yep, it's about 2 billion. Okay, now it's at 1.85 billion. So this is considered, I would say, more towards a mid to small cap. Okay, and so the moves can be very drastic. So when you trade any stock in particular, you need to know what kind of stock you're trading. Are you trading a small cap, a mid cap, a large cap, or a mega cap? All right, because all these stocks will move a little bit differently. All right, for those kind of mid to small caps, you can see that the moves can be very huge, like from $10 all the way to $24 within, like 3 to 4 months. Okay, whereas like a big stock like ExxonMobil, which is like few billion dollars, right, of market cap worth, is unlikely going to make this kind of move lah. All right, so when you trade, you need to identify what kind of stock you are trading in the first place first. And then secondly, what kind of industry is trading, whether it's a retail stock or whether it's an oil stock or whether it's a financial stock. So all these things, they will have different characteristics, the stocks. And I think you need to know them before you make any trade. All right, so let's say if I were to trade MEG, which is this stock, then probably my stock will be slightly bigger, because I know that there will be slightly more volatility baked into this stock. So I will give it a little bit more room. Okay, so I entered MEG, and another one was eBay. Okay, let's see if eBay loads. Okay, so eBay, my entry point was 49.28. It was stopped at 47.95, and it was due to a short-term momentum turn. And I think this stock, Carl Icahn, those who know him, very famous activist investor, is also invested in this stock. Okay, that's not to say that the stock will definitely go up, but I think based on valuations, the stock, I think, is easily, can be easily trading $60 plus to $70 in the future. And right now you can see that there's a very well-defined support and resistance zone. Right, this is the resistance zone, and this is the support zone. All right, it's a very well-defined area, and I'm looking to, hopefully it can bounce off this area. Okay, so you can see that, when you're trading, you don't really need a lot of extra things. Okay, just a few metrics or few considerations when you enter a trade. I think that will be more than sufficient. You don't really need a lot of, 5 to 6 indicators and such like that. Okay, because the sooner or later you get to grips, right, to the fact that you will lose trades, then the better, because you'll be more focused on minimizing your risk and going for the rewards, rather than you're just looking for a very high probability stock trading strategy which gives you 90% hit rate, and that is in la la land because it doesn't exist. Okay, so right now it's trading at $50, so I made a little bit on this, and probably I'll take a little bit half off, maybe at 50-50, and then I will try to write the remaining position upwards on eBay. So maybe if you like this stock, you want to take a play, you can consider. All right, but remember your risk and reward. All right, put your stops in, and if you're investing, then maybe you can size your position size accordingly to your whichever you prefer whichever you like, because all of our risk profile is a little different. Okay, so let's see what else do we have here. Okay, so moving on for this week, I'm looking at BIDU. Okay, these are trades that are not normally my trades. Okay, these are trades that are a little bit high momentum. All right, like Facebook, BIDU, these are a little bit high momentum. So for me personally, this kind of stocks I would trade much lesser, maybe 50% less size, as to my opposed to my normal size positions lah. Okay, so you can see, yes, it's hitting at a resistance zone. All right, and for this stock, I believe that probably it has the momentum to carry through to hit maybe 200 or odd lah. I mean 195 or 200. This one I have no idea. It's just based on the strength of this stock in accordance to the market. It seems that there is a tendency for it to be able to break lah. All right, because BIDU tends to do well from July, August onwards. Okay, it may chop around a little before it starts to make a move, but if you want to play a momentum play, I think this would be likely a pretty good candidate. All right, even though it has moved from 150 to 187. If you prefer a pullback trade, also definitely definitely could be on the cards lah. Okay, but in terms of momentum, you can also take a look at this stock because I think it has a lot of hidden power or fuel for it to be able to move. But we don't try to guess lah. That means when it happens, we want to participate in the moves if it starts to get going. Okay. Another one is Facebook. Facebook seems to be pretty strong at the current moment also. Let me see if we can get it here. Right. Seems to be pretty strong at the moment, and earnings is at 23rd of July. Alright, so before the earnings, it could still continue to make a move before earnings release lah. Okay, so for a short-term play, definitely is possible. Another one will be a pullback before it goes up again. Okay, so we will see how this stock moves also. eBay, I'm already in because eBay this week it's been flagged out to me that it is considered a pretty strong stock. Okay, so I'm already in, so I'm not interested in this. Another one is Suncor. All right, this is also a Warren Buffett stock, very strong stock. You can see it popped from $33 to $42 now, and I think it's also partly because of the oil crisis. So it may have a little bit more room to run. All right, for this, but this is a high risk trading opportunity because you can see the move it has been. The effort it took from 33 to 42 has been huge. Okay, it's been huge. So probably you would trade it with 1/4 size as per normal. And you can see some of my what we call the ideas that I have now is starting to get a little bit more risky and high, because the fact is that most of the stocks have been running for a while now, and that is the reason also that I'm finding very tough opportunities to trade. And for this, probably 1/4 size will be good for me if I see a short-term momentum turn, or it can break a very significant resistance, 30-minute chart resistance. Then I may consider to take a trade for this with a very tight stop. Okay, and another one is lastly is LVS. I think a lot of you know this stock, right? Which is Las Vegas Sands. All right, Las Vegas Sands tends to get going during July and August onwards. So you can see it's been chopping around, and it has not made its move yet lah. Okay, so once it starts to make its move, I'll definitely want to participate in this stock. And I think in terms of valuation wise, it's still a very valuable franchise in terms of the business itself, and I think you can trade towards the highs again at maybe 87.50. Okay, so I think that's about it. As you all know, I will be holding a class probably, I think likely to be 12th of July lah. Okay, not confirmed yet because I need to know how many students first before I book the venue. But if you're interested, just go to sharesage.com. All right. Please subscribe to the newsletter if you like my videos, and I can actually send it to your email inbox. Okay, to keep you updated if there are new videos. Just enter your name and email, and the program will be on this program tab. Okay, you can. I don't want to talk too much about this lah. Okay, so you can just read yourself of what I actually teach, and I think it's a very robust program. All right, if you are interested, just go to the contact page. all right, and just get in touch with me if you're you like to attend this course lah. Okay, because I think it gives you a very good not only foundation, okay, whether you're a new trader or a slightly more advanced trader, I think there's something that I can offer you. Of course, if you're really new, then maybe it will take a while for you to get it, all right, but it's something that a program that I believe that, you know, if I had this kind of education when I first started trading, then it will shortcut my learning curve a lot, okay, because trading is not just, you know, you just trade any XYZ stock. Okay, you need to know the behavior of the stock and what kind of stock is it. Like I said before, like whether it is a small cap, mid cap, or large cap stock. Okay, you need to know a little bit about valuations of the stock. All right, just because maybe a Clementi HDB flat is selling at $1 million, would you want to buy it? All right, or would you want to trade this? This HDB value? Probably not, because you know that, you know, common sense says that it's too high. So you do need to combine fundamentals and technicals together in order to help you, you know, assess the proper trade for you to enter, rather than, you know, just focus on technicals and technicals and technicals. And from my experience, if you just focus on technicals itself, chances are that it wouldn't work lah. Okay, you need to add in other things to help you to you know, make a higher probability trade. All right, even if you lay out all the indicators for the trade itself, you know, in the charting program, they are all derivative of prices and volume. Okay, so those are just one subset of something that you should learn. All right, but then you need to add on other things like, you know, fundamentals, like relative strength, and all these kind of things that will actually help you in your trading lah. All right, don't just focus on technicals, because if you're trading a stock based on technicals and it just gaps down 50%, like some of the, you know, penny stocks do in the Singapore market, then there's nothing for you to do, right? I mean, if it drops 50%, then you are, you know, trying you're gonna have a tough time to get back to break even, and this is not what you want. Okay, you want to know what stock you're trading, and how to size your risk and reward. I think that is something very important to learn. Okay, so if you're interested, just go to the contact page and just drop me a message. All right, I will put you in the waiting list, and once the venue is confirmed, I will just let you guys know lah. Okay, so thanks a lot, and I'm off to watch my workout. All right, thanks, see you.